Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachal Ramanaya. Namaste everyone.
Chita Chinta Samaprokta Bindumatram Visheshata Sajivam Dagate Chinta Nirjivam Dagate Chida. This is one of the Supashitam's good sayings from Sanskrit. The difference between Chinta, worry or thinking, and Chida, fire, is just a dot. Fire burns the dead only, whereas worry burns the living, or thinking burns the living. So please be careful.
In Hindi, there is a saying, Chinta Chita Saman. Chinta and Chita, both are burning you. There is another fire, white fire, fire of knowledge, which relieves from all suffering. It brings calmness, contentness, peacefulness in us. Because that is what that fire is, fire of knowledge. You know, the mind is such a mysterious organ. It takes us on different type of worldly activities, unending activities. You can say some of the activities are because of our prarabdha karma, our previous doings. But our desires gives fuel to the fire of constant action. Most of the beings finish their life in this auto mode, in conditioned mind. Then there are spiritual beings. They follow particular God or a particular form or a particular concept. Because of their firm belief in that particular God or concept, they attain to that at the end. But that is not the end of journey. They come back to this stage again. Though they say that those kalpas, that lokas are really, really long. Staying in Brahmlok. When the yuga finishes, then it gets dissolved. This is so called people with worshipping Sagun Brahman in a form deity. Though they live in bliss without stress, but still they are not free. So we can say that the chinta, release of chinta, is also not the end of the release. Stress can go away. Stress can go away by so many techniques. But this cycle of birth and death, to be released from that, you have to recognize the Nirgun Brahman. Brahman without attributes, without form, without name. And that release, which we call as moksha, happens now, right now. No wait, no need to go to other lokas or take a path or though this all is so beautiful, but it is delaying the process in my understanding. Worshipping of Sagun Brahman should bring us to Nirgun Brahman. Sagun Brahman is also relieving chinta, stress. But it is not the final release. That is why Bhagavan stressed so much on knowing this Nirgun Brahman. He used to say, whatever path you take, eventually you have to come to this. Paths taken in this life or path after millions of years. Finally, you have to merge in that. When you merge in that, living in this body, you are known as Jivan Mukta. You are free from this Jivan, this life sustained by Prarabdha Karma, a script which is already written. This will continue with body, but you are free. You have realized truth. But let's say if you have a concept about some God or you will reach heaven or because of your purity, you will reach there. As long as that also lasts. For immediate release, for instant moksha, we have to know the Advait. We have to know the non-dual Brahman. Once you have known non-dual Brahman, you can worship it in a form also, doesn't matter. Form, no form. But first thing first, you should know that. People can say, I have no clue what this Brahman is. I have no experience of Brahman. And it looks like a concept. Aham Brahmasmi, I am that Brahman. Wherever we are, whatever is our concept, belief system. At least we all know that we are living in this body. We have a mind. We are aware of this waking state, dream state. We also have an idea that in deep sleep we survive. Take your clue from this day to day activity. Identify with the one which is in all these three states. Because if we were not there in the deep sleep where the mind was not there, then how we are still there? There seems to be a continuity in our existence. There is a beautiful way to realize Brahman in Vedanta. Neti, neti, not this, not this, not this. Deep sleep takes you to that, not this, not this. There is no body, no mind, no intellect, no emotion, no feeling, no sensation, no sense organs. Yet we are there. Now just recognize yourself with that, which has no attributes, which exist in deep sleep. Contemplate only on that all the time. Even when that is being superimposed by mind, superimposed by all these forms and a body. Keep contemplating on that. Contemplating means recognize yourself as that only. This will release you from illusion. Brahman is always there. Mind comes and goes, mind changes. Let's say in this room there was silence. You switch on radio, there'll be sound, noise. You change channel, you switch off radio. That eternal silence is always there. Even in midst of noise, you can listen to the silence. Noise is a distraction. That is why we need to do some sadhana, some practice to minimize this distraction. This incessant stream of thought after thought, it appears as if there is no inner silence. Some people can wonder that Advait, non-duality, is the key to liberation, then why people are following so many other techniques which are only prolonging liberation? It is exactly like there are billions of people still not interested in liberation. It is your own mind, conditioning of mind, interest in different things. Some people want to go to heaven. They still want to go somewhere. They don't want final release. They want to enjoy. They were indulging in the world which we see around. Now they want to indulge in spiritual indulgence. They want to go to some loka, Brahm loka, Vishnu loka, heaven. Somewhere they want to go. They are travelers. They have seen most of the places on earth. Now they want to go beyond this. In ethereal world, they want to travel. So we are not there to judge anyone. Let what people do. They're already doing the way they want. This conditioned mind is making people slave of their doings. Some are busy in creating wars. Some are busy in bringing peace. You come out of this busyness of mind, then only you will know that. When we stop giving tasks to the mind, then we know our Nij Swarup, our real form. Mind has created this covering, this avaran. For all worldly activities, mind is a useful tool. To know yourself, mind is the only obstacle. Now you know the difficulty of knowing yourself, because this tool has to go, and we only know this tool to use in whatever we want to achieve as an individual. To counter mind, we have another tool which is very useful, very powerful. That is attention. Attention to inner silence. attention diverted from mind, from thoughts to inner silence. When our attention is on the inner silence, it appears as if we are only witnessing everything, even witnessing ego, individuality, thoughts, emotions, sensations, forms. Witnessing gradually takes us to uninvolved state, like in deep sleep. We are this inner silence. Rest all is reflection. Stop seeing yourself in reflection in mirror. This reflection is called mind. Mind is in the space of Brahman only. Brahman is pure intelligence, raw intelligence. Soul, jiva, mind, ego is a conditioned intelligence, conditioned by mental impressions, by experiences of individual. It's like stored memory impressions from this birth, from previous birth, from all of that, which we call a subconscious mind, conscious mind. Nowadays we have AI, artificial intelligence. That is only all the data together. It's like a collective mind of information. Knowing Brahman is going to raw intelligence, pure intelligence, devoid of matter, yet capable of creating matter. Nirgun Brahman. Nirgun Brahman, knowing that is final release, nothing after that. Knowing that in body is Jivan Mukta, and they say when the body drops, they call it Vidhe Mukta, free from body. But with or without body, knowing Brahman, we are free. Don't waste any time in any other activity. First thing first, know this Nirgun Brahman. Always there, never changes. We all are that. In my understanding, I will call this Brahman as God, divine, supreme. There is nothing else beyond it, above it. Give your 100% attention to Brahman. Brahman is pure awareness, only awareness. To know this, only thing needed is your intense longing for it. Like a share broker, always busy in shares, day and night, watching the trend of market, buying, selling. The one who is for lust is always thinking about that only. The one who wants to climb the political ladder always looking how to deceive, how to achieve, how to sustain that position. And they all can be successful in their endeavor by their passion into it. At least we can learn to be passionate about knowing ourselves. You keep your attention here all the time. Initially, we have no clue. Slowly, we start feeling it. Then it becomes more and more. When it manifests fully in you, you become devotee of it. This intense, pure love coming from it drowns you completely into it. No, you can't contain it. It's overflowing. Your vessel is overflowing of. What do? You praise and you distribute that love. You want to share with everyone. But it's a pity not everyone is interested in it. Only rare few people. Out of those few people, you can't even make the smallest nation in the world. They are so less. Like in a democracy, you want to vote what people like, or you do a survey. "99% people want to stay entangled in mind." This is the answer to a lot of people who ask why God has created this bondage. God is full of mercy and compassion. We love this bondage. It is our own interest. If you want a release, release is immediate. Does not take any time. We have to be 100% ready for the release. Some people say that they want a release, but there are few tasks unfinished. If you want to keep dreaming, then someone who pokes you, disturbs your sleep, you get irritated. That is why Krishna has said so many times in Bhagavad Gita, don't give this secret to people who don't want to listen. It's not for everyone. It's not a universal teaching for all human beings. And it was always like that. Even during times of Buddha, he could not find many realized beings. But one thing is sure, if you have purity in your heart, you are genuinely a seeker. Nothing can stop you to know Brahman. Because what will stop you? Only your own mind. Be without mind. Be in your inner silence all the time. Don't go for anything. No acceptance, no rejection. We are this pure silence. Allow this silence to take over everything. When we go deeper in our inner silence, whatever happening in this world becomes like a dream, illusory dream. It has no effect on Brahman, no effect on awareness. Knowing this truth, realization of self is the end of all stress. All other methods fall short of giving eternal peace, because in all other methods we are trying to fix forms But in knowing truth, we realize our formless self. All suffering is in name and form. We are formless and nameless. That nameless and formless knows no suffering. Suffering comes from identity with body. When we know I am not the body, then who can give you suffering and where? You are adrashya, invisible. Enjoy the bliss of the self. Know that you are unborn and eternal. As there is no birth, there is no death. What is death? Death is only a concept of an ignorant. Fear of death is only in an ignorant person. There is a beautiful saying by Kabir about death. जो मरने से जग डरे मेरे मन आनंद, जब मरूं तब पाइयूं पूर्ण परमानंद. He says the death by which the whole world is in grip of fear, I feel bliss in that death because I know that with death of the body, I will be knowing the whole Paramanand, supreme bliss. I will get that supreme bliss by death of the body. That means I am waiting for that death of the body. While there are people who are scared of death of the body. If we think we are this body, definitely we will be scared of death. But when we know the truth, that I am not the body, then we become fearless. When Bhagavan had cancer, people felt sorry for him because they also thought he is the body. Not everyone is a realized being around a jnani. And he used to say, body itself is a disease. It is an attachment to awareness which needs to be fed, it needs clothed, it will have bodily pain, will get old, will die. In a way, it is itself a burden, a disease. Disease getting a disease. Enjoy the bliss of your inner silence all the time. Be one with that. Nowhere to go, nothing to achieve. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.